Hello and welcome once again, a new F1 series. Last time out we did F1 2016, can Vettel win the championship, which he did with a couple of races to spare. This time round, it's can Nikita Mazepin score points in F1? Obviously, those of you who know, Nikita Mazepin was one of the worst drivers of all time. 0 points in 2021. Whereas you had Max Verstappen who won the championship on 395 points. So, yeah, that is what we're going to be doing. We are going into round 1 of Bahrain today. We are going to jump into qualifying and we're going to see what we can do. It's going to be an interesting one. Obviously in the Haas, which was one of, if not the worst car, well, it was the worst car that season. I'm trying to give it a bit of credit for not being the worst. It was the worst car that season. By a country mile, in all honesty. I mean, if we pull up the actual constructor standings from 2021, the Haas had 0 points. The Sauber, or well, it says kick Sauber here. The Alfa Romeo car, who finished ahead of them, had 13 points. So that is the, that's the situation we are in here. So a Haas which never scored points in that season, they did. But we're going to try to get them, well, specifically Nikita Mazepin, some points for the Russian driver. Well, without further ado, let's go into this. We're in qualifying 1 at Bahrain here. We're going to do Bahrain tonight. We are going to make sure we don't have too much fuel in the car before we go out, and I am going to put some music on in the background, which, for copyright reasons, you lot will not hear. And for context, I am streaming / recording this because obviously I have to do it on Twitch to take it over to YouTube. I am sitting in it. I just dropped something. Anyways, I am sitting in a disco call with one of my friends, so if you hear me talking to someone in the background, you can't hear them, I can. If you hear me having a one-ended conversation, if you join midway through on the stream, but then you watch a video, well, I've explained it now, I'm not going to explain it later. Cars already out on the track. We'll go out for the first run of Q1. I'm not expecting to get through Q1 in all honesty. If I do, holy crap, I am goated. Or I will just restart this entire thing because I got the AI too low. That's also a high possibility. But it is what it is. Oh, if I go pole, I am fully just scrapping this entire idea. Like, not even rerun, I'm just scrapping the entire idea and moving on to 22. Thing is, with the 2016 series, I never actually recorded the last race of the season. Oh, oh, he won the title at Brazil. No? Retirement? Go on. I feel very lost in my head right now. Oh my god, this car does not turn! Turn! Turn the fucking wheel! I'm so glad at times that Twitch doesn't pick up Discord thing on Xbox. No. Nope. Come Come on, you know how annoying some of them races were to film. How much I was losing. Monaco was Monaco was legendary during that series. 21-minute video. Nah, I was thinking more of the safety car. Got finishing last. Yay! I was being last in the championship, but yeah, he also finished first in the race. He was the only guy who didn't get DNF'd or DSQ'd. You W safety car that race, so. I feel sorry for the one crazy person who decides to watch this and try and work out what's being said on your half. While we round the final corner, holy understeer in the Haas. And to the line goes Nikita Mazepin, and holy crap, it's faster than Mick Schumacher! We're somewhere. 8/10 faster, I think. I don't know, actually, how faster was it? No, let me check. No, the 8/10 was 8/10 off George Russell ahead. 2/10. Yeah, I seen 8/10 and it was actually 8/10 off. I got confused, right? I haven't played this game in a long time. My brain does not comprehend 2021 physics. I think I'm on a 98 on this right now. It's higher than I used to. I used to run 80.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Yeah, well, we're talking about me when I didn't know what setups were. We're talking about me when I didn't know what turning a car into the car. Yeah, for me it was 24. I didn't use any on 23 that I know of. Well, I used them on 24 before I used them on 23, if that makes sense. I'm also not using setups for the series because that just defeats the point.
Right.
I forgot to tell my engineer I meant to pit this lap. Oh my god, Lance Stroll's gone faster. So, first run done. We are sitting in second to last provisionally. We got a little bit of time to find. I'm fine, like, I'm going to do one more run in this qualifying session. Low fuel. Probably like a second to find, I'd guess. First lap was really bad.
Our best lap so far is a 1:32.0.
Oh my god, I forgot that this... Wait, what was tyre pressures like in 21? Brakes. Alright, let me lower brake bias. Oh my god, you used to go between 1 and 11 on wings in this game. I forgot about that. You didn't go to 50. But what else? Some of the other drivers finish their lap. Nicholas Latifi and... Oh, well, Nicholas Latifi finishes his lap, actually. So, Carlos Sainz also finishes his lap. So, Nicholas Latifi goes slowest so far. It's a 10th between the two Haas drivers, Schumacher in 19th, Mazepin in 18th. And there's Russell a 10th ahead of them. The drop-off point is P16 down. Mazepin currently, to get out of the drop-off point, needs 2 tenths on his lap. But it's a big ask in a Haas car that isn't really built to be in Q2. Further up the grid, Lewis Hamilton is currently provisional pole, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez second and third, Valtteri Bottas in fourth, and it's Lando Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Seb Vettel, Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, Kimi Räikkönen, Antonio Giovinazzi, George Russell, then Nikita Mazepin, Mick Schumacher, and Nicholas Latifi. Latifi 3/10 off the Haas ahead of him. And we'll see if anyone is getting ready to go for a flying lap. Giovinazzi into the pits. Verstappen looks like he is going to be into the pits. So no one's going for a flying lap. So you'll accelerate time a little bit until we get to last few minutes of qualifying. George Russell, who is on a flying lap currently. 29.4 was his sector one time last time round. It's 28.9 this time. He's found half a second in the first sector. And with 3.5 minutes left, we are getting close to time to pull out of the pits for the second run of first qualifying session.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
I need to not trigger myself by doing flying lap because I hate doing flying lap. I want to actually drive out more of the tires. Oh my god, look at my TV screen. I need to clean my TV screen. The Haas car, minimal fuel in the car right now. Pulling out the pits on this Bahrain International Circuit. Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, I used to love the AlphaTauri livery back in this game. Well, ahead of Mazepin currently is the two Alfa Romeo drivers. It's going to take a lot to push up to get into Q2 here. He's got to watch out for his teammate behind him wanting to push as well to get up. His teammate actually furthest ahead on track, the first driver to go into their final run of the session. What is Lance Stroll doing? Even in the F1 games, he's a bloody moron. I don't think he was on a lap. If he was on a lap, there's no penalty being given. So we assume that he wasn't on a lap. But he's took off half his front wing by going into the back of Mazepin. And I know that I'm trying to make it serious, but that did just trigger me a little bit there. But on to the final run we go. Fernando Alonso behind in the Alpine with so much more speed down the straight. But into turn 1 we go. Nicely through turn 1. It's running wide on the exit of turn 2 into turn 3. It's a 10th up at the moment. It's dropping on the straight. Fernando Alonso, who's in 10th, will be wanting to climb up higher, is struggling as he is all over the back of the Haas, but the Haas driver not letting him through, as it was a loss of time through the first sector
30 seconds left in the session.
But he's finding the time now in the second sector. He'll look to continue to find the time down to the line. That is already a good gain through the second sector. Just gotta get this couple of corners right. 5/10 the gain so far this lap. As he is up on Kimi Räikkönen, who is in P16, in the driver who is in the drop zone areas at the minute. And he will continue to gain. Can he jump up out of the drop zone though? That's the question. Into the last corner, 8/10 up. And what was it? Disappointing and abysmal first lap could be a very good second lap to the line. We'll find out in a moment's time. As it's barely through. But he does somehow squeeze his little Russian car, well, American car with the Russian driver in, through into Q2, but not by much. Lance Stroll will start from 16th, Kimi Räikkönen from 17th, Antonio Giovinazzi from 18th, Mick Schumacher from 19th, and Nicholas Latifi from 20th on the grid. Well, it was a solid 8/10 in that second lap for Mazepin, but he will not be going through into Q3 today.
All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
Has decided to send Mazepin on relatively early for his first run of Q2. Whether or not he'll like it is another question. He might want to just sit back and see what other drivers can do, but he's being told to get out of that box and get a lap on the board. And what we are hearing is it's all tyres on the Haas car. So it's the tyres which he did his fastest run in Q1 on. Nice. Ooh. Get the car around the corner. But the Haas car, which should not be in a second qualifying session, has done a round Bahrain somehow, unknowingly, has done it. Well, where will it start from? Is now to start his lap. Yes, you are crazy. Disappointed in you. You're a disappointment to the family. Yeah, your family. Because you're sending a scout to San Marino. The potential to bottle matches. The potential to lose 7-1 to Romania after scoring 2 minutes in. The potential for their official football account on Twitter to take the piss out of every other team in the world. And to the line, Mazepin goes faster than Russell with 2.5 off Lewis Hamilton.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
But the Haas of... I almost said the Haas of Yuki Tsunoda, not the Haas of Yuki Tsunoda, the Haas of Nikita Mazepin, that's what I was trying to say. Currently sitting 7th but dropping as more people set their laps, but not last in this session, which is good for the Haas driver. Much better could be said regarding his teammate Mick Schumacher, who will start from the back row of the grid. Yeah, a lot better could be said. I'm in Q2. Barely made it by like half a tenth. I got a toe down. I got a toe down the back straight. I slammed myself in behind the car to get a toe down the back straight to get through to Q2. Dirty tactics. But in Q2, Nikita Mazepin. Why did no one call him Mazepin? He might have actually won a race then. Okay, you ever won an F1 race? You bleed. Mong. What if I have another safety car crash on Monaco? How does one rig to go? Max Verstappen goes into 7th! Who had that? My voice one. Charles Leclerc to the line. Up into 5th. Pierre Gasly now rounding the final corner to the line. DRS open to the line. To the line, he went 9th. I don't know why I'd say to the line so many times, I just did. But Mazepin here, he's 4 tenths of Fernando Alonso. He's faster through the first sector. And then he loses all that time through the second 2 sectors. So he's got solid first sector time. Well, solid compared to those who aren't doing very well in this session. As Max Verstappen did do his lap on the mediums, everyone else went for the soft, so Red Bull on an alternative qualifying strategy here today.
We're off the pace. You're gonna have to dig deep. We need to find some time from somewhere.
In the session so far, Lewis Hamilton is the fastest driver, half a second clear of his teammate Valtteri Bottas. Mazepin 5 tenths of weight in the first sector, but he was unused. First sector? Not first sector. Not first sector, first session. There we go, we're getting there. 5 tenths of weight in the first session, but it must be said that he was on the old rubber onto fresh rubber now for this final run. The going on to fresh rubber for Mazepin here could cost him. It could, but it also couldn't. Depends who you ask, really. If he gets through to Q3, which God help us, he gets, and he spun it on the first corner on his out lap. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can confirm Mazepin will not be making it to Q3 as he has just gone for a little spin at turn 1 on the out lap. I mean, it's one way of getting heat into your tyres, I guess, Nikita. Not exactly what you're meant to do, though. It's all to be said. Someone's got to tell him that he's not meant to spin on the formation lap. But yeah, what can Mazepin do? He's gonna have time to go for a final run. There is the two Mercedes, one of the Red Bulls, which I'd guess is Sergio Perez. I completely forgot his name for a second. I was thinking Daniel Ricciardo, but no, he's in the McLaren. So the two Mercedes, one of the Red Bulls, one of the McLarens, and one of the Ferraris have remained in the garage, and Mazepin's gone, and that is qualifying over for the Russian.
Are you okay?
He loses
That was a
on
nasty
turn
hit.
1, and he can't get the
Turn
car
the engine
stopped,
off
and
and wait
into
for
the
the
wall
marshals.
he goes. That is the end of his qualifying session, as he terminal damage does end up having to retire from qualifying. Unfortunate scenes, but we will get confirmation that he does start from 14th. Surprisingly enough, George Russell did not improve enough to pass him. Russell only improved, well, it would be nice if we could see how much he improved by, but we can't. Race director, maybe? There we go. Russell. No, Russell did not improve. He lost 2/10 on his final run. So very interesting scene. Russell lost time. So not eliminated from qualifying is Sebastian Vettel, Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda, Nikita Mazepin, and George Russell. So that means Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly, and Fernando Alonso will go through to the top 10 shootout. And now we will head to the Sunday in Bahrain in a moment's time. So I have to press go to the next session. 57 laps of Bahrain tonight.
Race day, and our drivers are all out on the grid performing their final checks before we get underway here at the Bahrain International Circuit. We go racing today around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
It's time to see how our drivers
here
are
we get
stacking
the starting
up
grid
after
for the
yesterday's exciting
Bahrain
qualifying
Grand Prix.
session. With the race minutes away from starting,
Max Verstappen
here's
takes
what today's
pole
grid
by a
rundown looks
tenth
like.
over
Max
Lewis
Verstappen
Hamilton.
put in a fantastic
28.8
lap
from
yesterday, and
Verstappen
he
to
starts
take
from pole
pole.
position. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Bottas,
Sergio Perez in third,
Lando
Valtteri Bottas in
Norris,
fourth, Lando
and
Norris in
Sainz.
fifth, Carlos Sainz in sixth,
Ricciardo,
Daniel
Leclerc,
Ricciardo in seventh, Charles Leclerc
Fernando
in eighth,
Alonso,
Fernando
and
Alonso in
Pierre
ninth, Pierre Gasly in
Vettel,
10th,
Ocon,
11th will be Sebastian
Yuki
Vettel with 12th,
Tsunoda,
Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda in
and
13th,
Mazepin,
Nikita Mazepin in
Russell,
14th,
Stroll,
15th will be George
Kimi
Russell with
Raikkonen,
16th, Lance
and
Stroll.
Antonio
It's the Alfa
Giovinazzi.
Romeo lockout in
Mick
the
Schumacher and Nicolas
ninth row with
Latifi.
Raikkonen and
Which of
Giovinazzi.
these talented
Mick Schumacher will
drivers
start from
will come
19th,
out
and
on top
Nicolas
today?
Latifi will start from the back of the grid in 20th. It's going to be an interesting one today, that is for sure. As drivers preparing the last bits before the race, it's looking as if it's going to be a 2-stop is what we're hearing that Haas are recommending Nikita Mazepin today, but as I've said many a time, anything can happen in racing. I've not said that discreetly on any stream I've ever done because I don't commentate on this account, but formation lap is in order and is in place, so the drivers will get moving slowly out of the grid for the formation lap.
Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
And I am going to pause the formation lap, everyone, because I need to go to the toilet before the race. I've just thought I'd better do that. As everyone, we are back after a short little intermission in the formation lap. And holy, I thought I was back onto the back of Yuki Tsunoda.
No threat of rain for the time being.
Yuki
Conditions
Tsunoda,
looking
who
good.
actually, this was his debut season in Formula 1 in the AlphaTauri. Notably as well, this was Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher's debut seasons as well. Seven five minute. Box, we're on 7.5 seconds. We're on 7.5 seconds. Yeah. But as we get into the final sector of this formation lap now, Nikita Mazepin here. Mazepin, is he feeling the pressure now? P14 on debut in F1. Can he do something special? That is the big question as the grid now is forming. As I know what I need to do. As we are forming the grid now, I gotta get my chair in. My chair's in a little bit more than it was. But we are gonna get the red light in a minute. As to 5 red lights we go, and lights out and away we go, and it's not a good start for Mazepin, and he's already dropping places. Lance Stroll with a wonderful start up into P14, already past Mazepin and George Russell. Mazepin just trying to take it careful through the first turn, almost getting shoved off by his teammate Mick Schumacher. Was getting shoved up by Kimi Räikkönen, and down to P18 off the start. It was a very slow start. Giovinazzi down into 20th, Nicholas Latifi start at P20, up into P19, as Mazepin will look to hang around the outside of Schumacher. These two battling for P17. Schumacher gets away as Mazepin just backs out. Still early days in this race. Everyone looks to have opted for the soft tyres off the start, as Mazepin is going to send it down the inside of Schumacher. can't get the traction to make the move. And Raikkonen up ahead, looking to fight Lance Stroll up into P15, as Latifi had a little look down the inside into turn 10 on Mazepin. As further up the grid, it is a Red Bull 1-2 at the minute, and one from Mercedes has dropped down to P5, assuming that is Valtteri Bottas, as there is a chance that is the same. But the lead Red Bull of Max Verstappen is already opened that gap well above a second out in the lead. Yep. As Mazepin forces a mistake from Mick Schumacher and he's up into P17, but the gap to Lance Stroll is over a second with DRS being enabled next lap. Obviously back in 2021 you had to wait 3 laps for DRS. Very different to what it is nowadays. Out of the front though, Max Verstappen opening that gap up to not Yuki Tsunoda, like I said a minute ago, Sergio Perez. That's his name. Sergio Perez just doing a good job of parking the bus here. Team play from Red Bull to let Max Verstappen start to run out in front. And it'll be interesting to see who does win the Drivers' Championship this season as well, as how many points Mazepin can score.
DRS is now enabled.
And as we hear over the radio, DRS has been enabled as we're on lap 3 of this Bahrain Grand Prix. 57 laps this race. 2 completed, 55 to go. Mazepin here just trying to get in the groove of this race. Down to P17, start at P14. Anything can still happen, you know. A nuclear bomb could drop on the track and kill everyone, but then he could take the race to win. You know, shenanigans can happen in racing. Can't lie, this car really gravitates towards curbs. Oh, as Mazepin hits the back of Lance Stroll, a bit of payback for that incident in Q1. It has cost him a tenth or so, but he is going to push to get back that time lost. And he is in this DRS train with George Russell, Kimi Räikkönen, Lance Stroll and himself. His teammate behind is out of DRS, and he is going to come under pressure from Antonio Giovinazzi unless he can get back in DRS. But this DRS train which is forming here, the Williams of George Russell is just dropping back from the group up ahead. Just doesn't have the pace to keep up with the group, so he is going to be in a battle for 14th at best here today, by the looks of it. And with Mazepin dropping back early on, it looks as if he is going to be in this battle for 14th. Further back, Antonio Giovinazzi has made the move for P18 past Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher back down to P19 where he started the race. And Nikita Mazepin. As Mazepin has the chance, he's decided to bite the bullet and he's made the move for P16 past Lance Stroll. A dive bomb into turn 8. Got him the move done. But he's going to have to try to now defend against the Canadian driver in the Aston Martin car. As Stroll, with the DRS open, has that pace and he looks for the move down into turn 11. As 5 laps have now been completed in this Grand Prix. As Räikkönen is going to launch an attack on the inside of Russell into turn 1. Russell tried to defend, and Mazepin's gone! And he loses the rear of the car like he did in qualifying, and down to P20 goes the Haas. And he just can't get the car going again. He's coming through turn 3. Everyone else is 10, 11 seconds up the road now. And that is costly for Mazepin. A very costly mistake. Just clipping the inside curb at turn 1. Trying to look for a possible switchback on George Russell or Kimi Räikkönen. And it's backfired and he is down into dead last in this Grand Prix now. And then rears absolutely lit up with heat and tyre wear, as he is going to be lucky to get the tyres under control on this Bahrain circuit. See, it is a night race, but at the same time it is in the middle of the desert, and if you don't know deserts, they're hot. Okay, we're not going to pull out the signs of actually Antarctica is a desert. Yeah, we're not pull outside. As there's a yellow flag in sector 1, and that is a Red Bull going slow.
The gap to the car ahead is
that
11.8
Sergio Perez out of the
seconds.
race? Sergio Perez is out of the race on the exit of turn 4. And that is a costly blow to Red Bull now, as he's been doing such a solid job at defending against Lewis Hamilton for Max Verstappen to pull away. Now that he's not there,
Part of the track, no overtaking through the yellow flags.
he's gonna have to hope that Max can get the car
Okay,
and put
clear.
his foot down and have the car with him for the rest of the race. As Hamilton now is going to look to close that gap and make the move for P1. And other news, Nikita Mazepin is gaining on his teammate, but more importantly, gaining on Nicholas Latifi, who's in P18. Latifi and Schumacher are quite a bit back from Giovinazzi and the group which Mazepin was fighting with, and they're constantly losing more time to the top 13. So a lot of work for Mazepin to do still. But he will be living for the challenge. And it's interesting, if the Haas and it'll be interesting if Mazepin decides now, you know, it could work for the one stop, but if he decides, it could work for the two stop still, that he gets something out of this race. But if he decides, possibly, you know, we've decided the two stop, we've had the spin at turn 1, which has cost us a lot of time. If they decide, you know, throw a spanner in the works, let's go soft or hard for the one stop and see if that works. Everyone else will be on the medium and probably for a two stop. But if he can make a one stop work, things can happen.
Gap to car in front is 9.6 seconds.
Well, he would have been very much wanting a safety car from the Sergio Perez retirement, which he did not get, sadly, as Perez's car was off the track, possibly in an area which some could argue is somewhat dangerous in a little bit of a run-off area at turn 4. If someone runs wide through turn 4, they could go into the side of it. It didn't happen, but there's always a possibility. Mazepin will be sitting there in his car, arguing that, I'm sure, in his head, about why was the safety car not called. The gap now is down to 9.3 seconds. It was about 12 seconds after the spin, so he's doing work to close the gap. Is it enough though? Now on to lap 9 he goes. Latifi is in now a very difficult battle with Mick Schumacher up ahead. You can just see the tyre marks there on the exit of turn 1 where Mazepin went for his spinaroo. He got called Mazepin for a reason, and that is the reason. And I think in some ways, the most difficult part about this entire series isn't getting Mazepin points, it's remembering who the hell drove in what car back in the day. And I'm sure that a lot of people will be wondering if after this is done, if an F123 series will be coming out. 22 series, sorry. Yes, it will be. Do I have an idea of what to do for it yet? No, I don't. If you guys have any ideas, please feel free to tell me what your ideas are. Fuck no. Because I don't like Lewis. Yeah, but I don't like Lewis. I need to remind myself in the 2022 season. What, WCC? I like your thinking. Oh, as Mazepin's off again at turn 10. Can he get the car stopped? He can't get the car stopped without being in the wall. That's another costly mistake from the young Russian driver. And now he's nearly 20 seconds behind his teammate, who has been passed by Nicholas Latifi. Well, it's not a good day in the office for the Haas driver, with 47 laps remaining of the race after this one. As I'm sure he was expecting it to be a long day in the office, but I don't think he was expecting it to be this long of a day in the office. And I think mentally he's possibly already written off the chance of a point here at Bahrain today. And he'll be, in some ways, preparing for the next round of the season, which is somewhere in the world.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
What's going on? As Nikita Mazepin here today is just in a race for pride at this point, he's not going to get much out of it, and it's going to be a long one. So we will come back to you with more commentary when the shite happens. Fair. Oof. Get better. Get better, team. I suppose so. The thing is, that season Leicester were beating the top teams.
Okay, gap ahead is 16.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Seconds.
Putting themselves in the race but losing to Man United. I'm sorry, Chelsea have Chelsea have Alejandro Garnacho. I do not count them as a top team. Did they not draw against Arsenal though? Sunderland the other week. Yeah, so they kind of compete with the top teams. Well, actually no, I don't even count Arsenal as a top team. They're a bottle team. Remember Ryland's like all-time best 11? Alexis Sanchez on the left. Lee Dixon, a fullback. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So, what happened? The DSQ in the race yesterday, was it for pens? Ah. Oh my god. You get 13 finish. Oh, right. So because we had to have a reset because they accidentally turned Park Fermi on when it was meant to be off. So it was like said mid quali or like after quali had started. Someone noticed they mentioned it. I was like, okay, we'll do quali, then we'll restart, kind of thing. So as a Fernando Alonso in the few drivers already deciding to box early on in this Grand Prix at the end of lap 13 going on to 14. Couple of laps earlier than some may expect, but a pit stop, they're getting it out of the way early on here. You know, so whilst we were having like the wait, we were going through drivers and constructors standings, but we started reading the wrong tier. We got down to like 10th in the drivers and I was like, wait, this isn't our tier. And the thing was, it wasn't even like it was just one of us, both of us were looking at the same page of the spreadsheet.
Our gap to the car in front is 15.4
What a relatively
seconds.
interesting race. Red and Rare with another. As Mazepin's gone again. Just cannot get the throttle control right around these slower hairpin-esque corners of Bahrain. And whether that is the Russian having a skill issue or whether that is the car being a skill issue, it could be anything. As he is now in the same sector as the race leader Max Verstappen, but almost a lap down. Esteban Ocon peels out of the pits. He has gone soft to soft. So it's an interesting choice of strategy for the Frenchman. His teammate went soft to medium. 2 places ahead of him.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
And now Mazepin again recalled pit windows open, box this lap. And whether he will decide to box this lap or whether he'll extend his stint a couple more laps, we will see. And whether he decides to go for the mediums or whether he decides, no, I'm going to try the one stop, I'm going to go to the hard tyres. And further ahead now, Mick Schumacher is just starting to lose time to Nicholas Latifi ahead, and he is struggling with the tyre wear as well. Well, he's just struggling with the overall pace of the Haas car. And George Russell into the pits, onto the mediums, and he will now exit the pits. As Nikita Mazepin does decide that this is the lap to come in.
Exit now.
The 3.1 second stop for the Haas team. Not the fastest of
We'll be doing
stops.
one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
Onto mediums for Mazepin now though. He avoids a spin on pit exits this time around like he did in qualifying. Mazepin goes very
Nick is
deep
coming in for his stop.
into the turn 10 hairpin there. And further ahead, Mick Schumacher in the pits. Mazepin will be wanting to close in as much as he can, try to make an undercut work. So Schumacher onto soft tyres. So those who didn't make it through to second or third qualifying, using up the soft tyres which they have at their disposal.
The gap to the car ahead is 42.9 seconds.
As Nikita Mazepin at this stage in the race needs to pray a safety car comes out to his saviour. Verstappen and Hamilton trading fastest laps up at the front of this Grand Prix, and those who will be ready to go neck and neck for the last 40 laps of this race. As Hamilton once again set in another new fastest lap of the race, he is now closing in on Max Verstappen.
Gap to car in front is 24.0 seconds.
Oh, I need to stop yawning and go on it. Also cold, but I don't want to like pause mid-race. I want the race to be free flowing. Definitely need a better schedule for this series than the 2016 one. It's like months. No, I'm probably gonna do it like 2 or 3 times a week. Can't do Monday. Can't do Wednesday. Can do Tuesday as of next the week after next. Can't do Sunday. Could try if I don't have a race scheduled on Saturday. What if I'm not working due to? Could try. %. With full quality. I'm fast forwarding time and quality though. Just to make it a little less painful.
Okay, gap ahead is 25.8 seconds. Do you mean NHL? That's how NHL do their penalties and stuff. No, MLS just normal. Yeah, but now they've got big names and they've changed it to like normal football. Now they've got like Messi, Suarez, Paul, players like that. I just named 3 South Americans because that's all I can think of. And within the next lap or 2, Mazepin will be succumbing to being lapped by the race leaders, as his race will go from good to bad to a little bit better to bad to worse. A little bit of a roller coaster for him. Hopefully he likes roller coasters, because that is Blue
what
flag,
it is.
blue flag.
And yeah, Max Verstappen now is getting the nod to make the pass. Mazepin being blue flagged, he will pull to the side on the straight. Verstappen tucks in to get the slipstream. Mazepin now getting the blue flags for Lewis Hamilton to pass. When will he pull to the side is the question.
Blue flag conditions. Create a gap and let the car behind through.
As Mazepin lets Hamilton through, who is on the softs, and if we were right in seeing, Verstappen's on the medium, so that is why Hamilton is gaining at such a rapid rate of knots. That's the saying, not knots of rate. Jesus Christ. Mazepin's commentator's gone a bit loopy today. But Mazepin does get the DRS from Lewis Hamilton down the main straight, and you'll get it again on the run to turn 4. So that's a benefit, I guess. He's got a decent few laps without it, and he's got it once again. And the rear of the Haas again wanting to kick itself out. Mazepin's good. Now, why would I talk about that in an F1 stream? I'm not even going to mention it because I don't want to get a strike on YouTube or Twitch.
We need to keep pushing. The car ahead might make a mistake. The gap is 30 seconds.
Oh. 24. Yeah, 56, now we go. If I don't spin again, I shouldn't get lapped again. I don't want to say. It's CFC rage quittable territory. No. More. Well, actually... well... not even that, a tenth of a spin was sending them back to the lobby. Time's up by 50! 60!
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Copy that.
Yeah.
Blue flag.
One every 6 lap. No, wait, yeah. One every 4. No TC. No. Because I want to make it realistic in the Mazepin fashion. Well, I made it past the first 3 corners of Bahrain on lap 1. Maybe we don't talk about spinning.
Our gap to the car in front is 41.5 seconds.
Nah, I'm just like, you know that scene from Star Wars, episode 1, where he's like, I'll try spinning, that's a good trick. Me trying to win the race, I'll try spinning, that's a good trick. Me trying to not finish last, I'll try spinning, that's a good trick. Oh, and one of the Aston Martins, which I think that is the Aston Martin Sebastian Vettel, is going slow down towards turn 4. That looks, Sebastian Vettel is out of the session and he is on
the track, retired down on the run to turn 4, and that is surely prompting a safety car. FIA, please, he is on the side of the track. FIA, please, he's on the side of the track. If you have a Romain Grosjean-esque crash, you're going into his ass cheeks.
Gap to teammate ahead is
Hold his rear wing.
43.4 seconds.
I'm back up to get my max on Lewis.
Yellow flag.
I mean, he's off the track, but barely across the white line. But Mazepin makes it up into 18th place based on the fact that two drivers haven't been able to get to the end of the race. Just thinking, I gave Alexis manager perms on the thing. If Alexis don't... Huh? Yeah. If Alexis doesn't know how to like enter things endurance wise on it, I can sort it out. Obviously with him being LMU manager. Mazepin on to lap 27 of 57. You know when the lads are going on one frame. I got 2 pings on Discord. There's a 50-50 that one of them is them. I'm doing the race before I go and ditch you for them. You get copyrighted for like doing your own versions of songs, like singing the song, but as long as you don't have the music in the background. Yeah! I might be on my phone changing
Gap to
song.
car in front is 47.9 seconds.
I see. If I was able to get F1 2010 on my PS3 to stream to Twitch, I'd honestly do a series on that. Like Heikki Kovalainen, Karun Chandok, Bruno Senna, Lucas Di Grassi, Timo Glock. Honestly, that guy's
Timo Glock's my favourite driver from the 2010 season because just call him Timo Gunn. Maybe he gives the Glock 3000. He has a funny name. Goofy. Lap 29. Daniel Ricciardo sitting in P4 is about to lap Nikita Mazepin. We'll get a little view of what's going on further up the grid. Daniel Ricciardo is in 4th, Carlos Sainz is in 5th, Pierre Gasly is in 6th, Charles Leclerc is in 7th. And on to lap 30. I have another realization. No, I am running control settings. I just thought I might have been running my wheel settings by accident. And Valtteri Bottas onto the mediums, comes out of the pit down in P7. He has a lot of work to do in this race now. So does Mazepin, almost a minute behind his teammate after his 6 spins.
Okay, gap ahead is 55.1 seconds.
I walked down the other night to get some toast. Walk into the living room. See angry Ginge eating a crocodile's ass. The tip. It was the yeah, she said that it was the tip.
Be aware we expect the grip level.
Yeah, I don't think many people are raising fucking dick on TV.
Blue flag.
Then they were having a conversation of who would taste better and or deck. As Lando Norris pulls into the pits down in P8, looked to go and lap Mazepin and thought, nah, I'm gonna toy with him and come in the pits to lose some more fucking time to the cars ahead of him. Have you watched any of this season yet? Yeah. I've only seen a couple of clips so far. And I've only seen a couple of clips, I haven't actually watched any episodes yet. Probably gonna start tomorrow catching up. Huh? Yeah, well, a United supporter, isn't it? So like... So Latifi and Schumacher pull into the pits to get their soft tyres off the car onto the mediums, I'd suspect, at this stage of the race. Tyre wear was so nice back in 2021's game. Like, I've done almost 20 laps on my mediums and it's not even at 50% yet. Yeah. God.
Our gap to the car in front is 59.7 seconds.
Oh, that's just stupid. Who would have them kind of ideas? It's a serious question. But they'll know it's morally wrong. Why don't you make it so they can't shoot in the school? They can only pickaxe people. You can only heal. Just have everyone land there because no one wants to kill each other. Oh.
Blue flag, blue flag.
And the gap which was once closing to his teammate up ahead is reopened once again.
We're not racing the car behind. Let them past when you can.
Well, we're on a racetrack, and they're on a racetrack as well, so I think that I am racing the car behind. Sorry. I think Mazepin is racing the car behind, considering they are both on the same racing track.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Hurry the hell up and get past me then, you moron. I really need an editor. To rewatch this was probably going to be like 2 and a bit hour stream. To just get every clip of me spinning and put it in a compilation.
Blue flag.
As Mazepin's chances of points are now going down the drain as P11 Esteban Ocon has just lapped him
on lap 34 of 57 here today at the Bahrain International Circuit. Oh, I was having this conversation earlier with someone. So you know how like in Fortnite you have like Commander who makes maps and stuff? Obviously like Ian does as well. I know how they do it, they use Blender. I was discussing with like one of my friends doing it, but rather than doing F1 tracks and stuff, do rally stages. And I was discussing it to someone. I was discussing it to the person who runs the best times server, and he was saying that it's actually a really good idea, and he could get his league to start running them, which will earn me money. Do you want to know the one issue? I don't have a clue how to use Blender. But do you think it's a good money making idea? Did you listen to a word I just said? Right. For Fortnite rally maps, properly made ones. No, just in general. No, in Fortnite, you dipshit! Yeah, if I start using Blender and UBFN, start making them and make money from it. Ian's making like 500 a month from Fortnite maps. He's been in Palestine for the last 3 months.
We're going to box this
More
lap.
money from
Push hard on the inner.
Roblox Studio. More money than Roblox Studio. No, you get paid by the amount of plays and playtime.
The gap to the car ahead is 54.1 seconds.
Yeah. So you're saying make Roblox games as well? So make Fortnite and Roblox games? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Fortnite is a money making plan. Nah, but if I do genuinely start doing it, will you help test maps? No, I'm going. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you managed to find something to break in the maps. I know what you're like. That's why I'm gonna get you to test them. Because if anyone can find something to break, it is you.
Blue flag, blue flag.
No, it's because you just end up breaking stuff in maps all the time.
Go now.
Let me think.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Blue
Something
flag conditions.
at
Create
some
a gap
point.
and let the car behind through.
As I unlapped myself from Verstappen and Hamilton, and they just relapped me as I came out the pits. Yeah, my point proven. Fair.
Do you know what I'm going to try to do with these stages though?
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Why am I getting a new strategy? I've literally just boxed! Why are you telling me a new strategy option now? I literally just came out of fresh mediums. I think they're fresh mediums. They are fresh mediums. Anyways. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, that was perfect. But if I make the stages relatively close to actual real life stages, time, distance stuff, because you can do that. Think about the bang from game playing time.
Blue flag.
That's why I get Ian who knows how to use Blender. He has he has a 2-scale version of Ascent and a 2-scale version of Silverstone. No, I mean like it is a full scale, like 2-scale, like full scale. Before he got deployed for military stuff, he was working on a full-scale Baku with elevation. No, he got sent on military action for 3 months. He killed people. I should not be seeing this on stream. I think he killed 9 people whilst in action. Yeah. He's a good girl. No, I genuinely said that to him as a joke the other day in VC. I didn't realize his girlfriend was also in VC. It was so embarrassing, because I just hear this voice in the background. I'm like, Ian, why is there a woman here? He goes, that's my girlfriend. I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I just fucked up, didn't I? And he goes, yeah, you did. I'm like, hello, whatever your name is. Ian, I can confirm, is not a girl. As I'm sure you can also confirm. He is, however. I dug myself out of one hole, dug myself straight into another. Oh, so you know how I've been saying for like, oh, do you want to know something absolutely legendary? CFC has not appealed his penalty. Two days ago, I released the penalties. And he's been online. He's going to have seen it because I pinged him in the message about the penalties. But he has not appealed it yet. No. He has up until lobby opens for tomorrow's race to appeal. Yeah. He'll have he'll have 8 before we even get in. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking? Oh my god. Right, one of the guys had pinged me for VC on Warframe. But there's only one of them there, and it's the one who's normally always late, which is concerning. Oh my, I'm sorry, this is a guy who goes, I'll join at 10. Okay, so you know how I just said that one of them is already in VC? Same guy who always goes, I'll join at 10 o'clock. 1 hour later, at 11 o'clock. Hi guys, I'm just getting on now, and it's like, we're going to fucking bed. We're getting Hellmanth at the minute. Level of crypto you're at. What do you say? Hold up, your mic just cut out. Please repeat what you said again. No one. I have not told anyone. I don't talk to Elite. No. Because I don't remember if you like fully banned him or not. Okay, he is banned. Okay, no, it's just no fragments. Would have told Elite. Yeah. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we banned him. Hamilton move fastest lap of the race. Yeah, no, I haven't mentioned it to anyone. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nah, I know what we should do to find out who could have possibly thinked it. You know how Alexis is in FER? Get Alexis to go through everyone who's in the server and see who's in FER. Or I think I have Elite blocked, but if I don't and I add Elite and Elite adds me back, I can see who's mutual friends with him. Yeah, but if there's like one person in the entire server. Wait. Is Tom Otter in the server? Because him and Elite are on each other's dick a lot. Because news that I got from my friend Dylan is that he was looking for new pro clubs people to play pro clubs with and stuff. He went into a server of Elite and Tom Otter decided to both come forward. He said they're always on each other's dick when playing pro clubs. To the point where he turned around and now tells them that he can't play pro clubs when they want to. Because they were on each other's dick about it so much. I mean, yes, Tom is inactive, but let's be honest. I've seen how much he's on his dick. Because the whole advantage shit when Elite was trying to fucking get me banned and stuff, I went to Tom about it. Elite went to Tom about it. Tom goes to us both. We'll get it sorted. We'll discuss and get it sorted. Yeah, it has. Because I talked to Mason about it. Because Elite Mason was like one warning, and I was like, Elite was like, oh, he only gets a warning for that. And Mason was like, it's his first offense. And Mason was also kind of like, I know what he's like anyway. It's just a joke. I haven't even talked to Mason in ages, and Mason even knows I just joke about it all the time. Yeah. 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 I'm kind of in the in between part of the two. If that makes sense. Mason's type of ownership is sit back, let everyone else do the work. Your type of thing is getting people to do, not saying like getting involved, but also getting people to do the work as well. My type of yeah. My type of ownership is I'll do the work, but I will get other people to do stuff when I can't be asked, and people like, yeah, very much. Yeah. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Yeah. All I can say is I am kind of glad Harrison is no longer an admin. Because he was getting very much on my nerve, and I was getting very close to telling him to just fuck right off. Yeah, fair. Did he do one or not? Oh my god. Do you know the other thing? Do you know one of the other things I really, like, really annoys me about him. He'll say, oh, yes, unattended. I'll be, yeah. 10 minutes, like, an hour before the race, it'll be, oh, this has come up, I can't do the race now. And it's like, no way, every single week, a family thing comes up. Yeah, it's like every single week, a family thing comes up. His attendance has gone downhill after that. The first race where you got me to host the lobby and stuff, and you had to join to invite him in because he apparently couldn't find my EA and stuff like that. Gave it, yeah, every other driver found my EA with ease. I straight away, I called him out for it in Legends General. Because other people were going, who do I add? And he was going, oh, add me. I was like, I will add everyone once in the lobby, but if you want to add me first, it's this. And he went to me, oh, it doesn't work. And I went, no. I genuinely turned around and I went, no, that's you being lazy, not searching up how come everyone else has found me easily. And started name dropping people who added me, but way before the race. By searching my username. Because Konami was the first person to add me. He added me pretty much within 10 minutes of putting the thing out about me hosting. Yeah. But I said, I go, how come Konami could find me within 10 minutes and you can't find me and you've had hours? And he goes, oh, don't even start. I play academy football. I've had training. I was like, well, if you're an academy, I literally go, very funny how someone who plays academy football can also be in TDR team and do F1 league racing pretty much daily. Because Makambu said that he's on the game pretty much every day, for like 4 hours a day. Yeah, I literally go, how come a so-called academy footballer spends so much time on F1? And he shut up immediately. And then he was like, oh, don't even start me and stuff like that. And I was like, me don't start? I was like, you're the one who couldn't find me. You're the one who makes the owner have to join the lobby just to invite you. And I even went to him, because I added him immediately when he joined and stuff. And by the time we started the race and like having this bickering, I looked at my friends and said, he still hadn't added me back by that point. I go, how come you still haven't had the brain capacity to add me back? Makambu was sitting in the back of the VC pissing himself laughing at me having a go. Like, Alexis was there as well, and Alexis wasn't even stopping. Alexis was just sitting back and just letting me have it. Because Alexis was agreeing with what I was saying. I like, the thing which I like though is, yes, Alexis doesn't race every week and stuff. Yes, Alexis often shows up late, but Alexis has gone to the effort of making sure that they have drivers added. So when they join, they can help me invite people. And I appreciate, like, even if they want the last people in, they will still check and they'll, like, if there's, like, yeah. Yeah. Like WOR last night, I messaged Callum yesterday. I was like, hey Callum, I've noticed the last couple of weeks 1 or 2 drivers have connection issues. Would you like me to add everyone just in case they get disconnected? And he goes, yes please. He went, I won't make another announcement about it because I've already done one about it. I went, no worries, I'll go in driver general and just let people know that I'll be adding them and that if they want to be reassured that they can get an invite back to add me back. So I go in general, do that, say like, hi guys, I'll be adding everyone when you join the lobby. If you get disconnected, just as precautions, if you want to add me back, feel free. If not, it's fine, don't worry about it. I get one of the drivers immediately going, thanks, can you invite me to the lobby please? I was like, I don't have you added. It was so awkward. And they were like, oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't realise it was you saying it. I was like, it's all good. So I was like adding drivers. I'm glad I did, because 3 people got disconnected and thankfully they all added me back. Huh? Ooh, spicy food. Explain. Yeah. He... He was questioning why we were so thinking about Fragmaster as well. You want me to do some digging? Can do if you want. I'm free tomorrow. I can try to do some digging. Now I don't want to sound stupid or anything, which I do anyway most of the time, but he was very much being, why are you guys having a go at Fragmaster the other day? And questioning it. What a frag. Oh yeah, I know Fowler's not elite. I'm sorry, that's got too much pace to be elite. By a country mile. Yeah. I also want to clarify. Yeah, and do you know the other thing which like I find really, really funny? Elite's got so much against me, yet he can't give a shit about WERL. And I think I know why he doesn't give a shit about WERL and doesn't try to like monitor WERL at all. Stab Body's like lead like head broadcaster, like lead broadcaster in FER. Yeah, but he's the one who... Yeah, but he brings people in to commentate for him at times. If no one can commentate and he knows someone who can, he will bring people in for them. Which means if Elite tries to like shit talk WERL and stuff, Stad will just fucking drop FER and put FER in the shit. Like, I've even said to Stad, because Stad knows Elite fucking hates the guts out of me. Do you know the best thing about when I got banned from EGRL though? It was the Ben who everyone hates who told me who banned me and the reasoning and stuff. Because he messaged me one day and he goes, I was just looking in admin logs. No, because I said it in another server that he was in. And he messaged me a couple of days later. He was like, I've just been looking in admin logs. And I found who banned you and why you got banned. And then sent a screenshot and it was Elite. And stuff like that. And I was like, That's weird considering the reasoning isn't even anything I've done and I'm inactive. And he goes, I know, I'm gonna unban you. He unbanned me and I was back in. Honestly, like, as much as he annoys me and stuff, W him for snitching on Elite. I don't think he likes Elite that much, in all honesty, as well. Like, I have seen him shit talk Elite so much behind his back. This entire, like, stream slash video has just become a yap session. And here, Nikita Mazepin on lap 53 of 57, technically 56 since he is lapped, is in a fight to not be lapped by his teammate Mick Schumacher, who is roughly 5 seconds behind him on track. Can the Haas driver do it? We aren't sure, but we will be back for you for the final lap of this race, and it is going to be a close one yet in Bahrain tonight. P18 coming from Nikita Mazepin, last on track by, well, quite the distance. A minute 30 behind Nicholas Latifi, who's in P17. It's been a rough one for Mazepin tonight. 7 spins during this Grand Prix. Not a race to be proud of whatsoever. And he will just be here to do what he can do, if he can do it. As further afield, Lewis Hamilton is in the lead of this Grand Prix now. Max Verstappen has a lot to do if he wants to close that gap and retake the lead. Led for so many laps of this Grand Prix, but it's all going down the drain now for the Dutchman. As Hamilton sets a new fastest lap of this Grand Prix.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
As Mazepin sets his new fastest lap of the race so far. Fair. Yeah. Can we go all the setups first? What? Oh, if Elite does, I will screen share right now to show that I am not doing it.
Anyway, going to the final lap, Lewis Hamilton wins the Bahrain Grand Prix, but 2 laps down, Nikita Mazepin will cross the line to finish in 18th position. An unfortunate race for the Haas driver. Lost 4 places of where he starts, but getting into Q2 in the first race of the season, showing that he does have something in the tank for this season. Pierre Gasly takes driver of the day.
Fantastic win for Mercedes.
And we'll watch the podium play out here.
How do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead
final
Drivers' Championship
race results
after an
here
excellent
today.
result.
Lewis
After an
Hamilton
incredible
wins
day of
6
racing,
tenths over
who
Max
was your
Verstappen and
driver
there's
of the day,
39
Ant?
seconds
Well,
back
it
to
could
Valtteri
be a bit of a tight spot
Bottas.
today, but I think
Daniel
I'll go for
Ricciardo
Pierre
finished in
Gasly.
4th,
He
Pierre
kept his cool head
Gasly in
under
5th,
pressure,
Charles
made the most of
Leclerc
some
finishes
difficult
6th ahead of his teammate
circumstances.
Carlos
It's time
Sainz
to
in
see how
7th.
things are shaping
Lando
up.
Norris
In
down
the
in 8th with
Constructors'
Yuki Tsunoda in
Championship,
9th.
Mercedes moves
Fernando
to the
Alonso
top of the
rounds off the
table.
top 10
It's been
in
an
10th
absolutely
with his
wild
teammate
weekend of
Esteban
Formula One
Ocon in
action.
11th.
I can't
Lance Stroll
wait to see
finished
what's
12th with
next.
Alfa Romeo drew of Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi in 13th and 14th. Then it was George Russell in 15th, Mick Schumacher jumping up to 16th, Nicholas Latifi up to 17th, Nikita Mazepin finished 2 laps down in 18th, Sebastian Vettel DNF'd in 19th, and Sergio Perez with an early DNF in 20th. If we go to the Constructors' standings, Mercedes take an early 23-point lead over the Red Bull team. It's then close between Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari and Alpha Tauri in the midfield. Alpine with 1 point, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, Williams and Haas all on 0. We will see you in a few days' time for round 2, and we'll check where round 2 is at now. It will be the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Imola, and looking here, qualifying is going to be a full wet qualifying and a full dry 63 laps is what we're being told. We'll see you in a few days' time for that. Until then, have a good morning, afternoon, evening or night, wherever you are.